Hello, my name is Abe and welcome back to Dead Cells. Dracula time. Do we have any more? Well, we definitely have more blueprints to find. The werewolf has a blueprint that we need to find. In that case, I will try to get there and I will, you know what, give me explosive crossbow. We'll try to get there and we will try to, hold on. That bug still exists. We'll try to get there and we will, we'll try to get there and we'll try to see if we can maybe get a blueprint from the werewolf and then also kill Dracula, because that's what we're trying to do on this run. And I wanted to get explosive crossbow. You wanna know why? Because it's freaking good. One of the best early game weapons in the game, and I've been thinking about this. If we're trying, there's a lot more content from the other games than I would have expected. You think there's a heart above here if we look high enough? I wanted to go survival because I've been thinking if we're trying to win against Dracula, then having a lot of health would certainly help out. Greetings, I am Meow. Reach the city to, wait, what is this place? You look different. Where are your cards? Here, take this prismatic shard deck. Prismatic shard? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I can't walk up behind you. Oh, I've seen these. What? Unique item. Barricade 1. Inflicts 35 damage. Draw. You gain 51 bonus health that persists indefinitely. Passive. Each successful parry grants 17 bonus health for 15 seconds. Discard. Remove all bonus health and deal damage depending on the quantity removed. I remember this. I remember this. Or at least I think I looked into this a little bit. So we get temporary health. We can use it to discard and get the next deck in the set. So we have Catalyst. Your melee attacks poison enemies on discard, so it's a passive. Nearby enemies lose their damage over time stacks that are dealt the remaining damage immediately, okay? And then we can cycle it again. We get Electrodynamics, which is a pretty good rare card from the defect deck. Draw. Generates a lightning orb that gravitates around you, dealing 9.2 damage on impact. Passive. Each time you use your other skill, generate an additional orb up to 3. It didn't seem to work, but that's okay. Oh! Blue skies. Thank you for the Twitch Prime for Meow. Caca for Meow. Discard. Destroy all your orbs. Thunder strikes a nearby enemy for each orb destroyed this way, dealing 63 damage. Foresight. You avoid the first damage source dealt to you. This effect recharges when you kill 8 enemies. It's pretty good. Discard. You become immune to all damage for 2 seconds. And then we go back to Barricade, which is bonus health. Grants you 51 bonus health that persists indefinitely. So we should keep, well, let's keep Barricade out for the time being. I'm trying to figure out how I feel about this item. Cause like, if we ever get hit, can we not just re-roll back to Barricade and get the temporary health back? So like, we can always use this to give us 1 free bonus hit? Having said that, I think the Watcher card might be a little bit better because it negates all sorts of damage that's not gonna be scaled off of at any point in the run, it's not gonna be scaled, you know? So if we get hit for 8,000 damage, it's gonna block the whole amount, right? I don't know, this seems interesting. Hank Bob says electrical orbs are a bit buggy. What's likely happening is that it doesn't work with Serenade because otherwise it would be cheating to just spawn them immediately, but... Because what I find interesting about this is that there is a benefit to having temporary HP if the temporary HP does what it says on the tin and just gives us 51, not like a 1.2 multiplier or something like that. Because here's what I'm thinking. If we take damage and our health scales back down to the current percentage, then the temporary health just reduces the percentage damage that you take, not the literal damage that you take, not by a flat amount, 51. I'm overanalyzing this. I think, but until I get hit, I want to see how this goes. But I'm of the belief that what's probably going to be true is that the best version of this is going to be the Watcher because you get a free hit every 8 kills on enemies, which is like not that much. I mean, think about it. If this is a item that negates 1 hit, we could walk into a freaking boss fight and be able to tank a hit and then still get like the flawless out of it. That sounds great. It can give you a 1 free hit on a boss fight that's not on a timer like ice armor. Speaking of, I would like to find an ice armor, I think. That didn't stun you, huh? A little bit of a surprise. Man, the explosive crossbow is just too good. I'm not gonna call it cheating, but like it might as well be. We're not going to Dracula. We're going to grab our orb. Yeah, so like I'm looking at it, we have plus 22 temporary health. We still have full health, 100%. I'm getting rid of Serenade, I'm sorry. I was kind of hoping we would get bonus stats from this too, but that's not how it works. Foresight was even better. It had a 5-second cooldown. It changed with Castlevania. If I was still trying to get some flawlesses, that would be the time. My God, that's fantastic. Electrodynamics based both games. So we should, I mean, it's pretty good, poison and fire. I will, swap my cards. So now melee attacks poison. That doesn't seem very great. Why we have the icon above our head, which is very interesting for Catalyst. Now we have orbs. Hold on. It still doesn't work. But I think this is the one we want. I think we want the one that avoids damage sources. Recharges when you kill 8 enemies. Not melee, just when you kill them. It also says unique item, but I think that's because you... always. I think that's because you have a unique item in the form of the card, but what we picked up was the deck. The deck is the actual like weapon or skill in this case. This is just one card from that skill, from that deck. Maybe, I don't know. It does look like when we start a level, we do get the charge immediately. So we don't even need to kill 8 enemies in order to block 1 hit. I mean, it seems great. It seems really good. I kind of want to test it. Here, hit me. Yeah, we kept our combo too. In theory, I think that means that it's gonna be easier to pick up like boss flawlesses. Oh, okay. I took a lot of damage. There's food up there, so I don't think I need to heal. But I got hit once and I got comboed into almost oblivion. It's my own damn fault, though. Okay. Grab the pie. I mean, what we need is we need a better weapon, because this is still level 1. Hashtag blame the weapon. But we also don't necessarily need to heal, because the next time we get hit, we will block a hit. We recharged our card. If only that's what the actual Foresight did, right? Negate one hit? Well, that's more of a defect thing. That's just buffer. Why didn't they call the card buffer? Because that's exactly what buffer does. That makes no this makes no sense. Pushes glasses up on nose bridge. Game, you don't even play Slay the Spire. Excuse me, game. Buffer is a part of the defect deck, not the Watcher deck. This would be a much better card for the defect than the Watcher. Sure. You lose a little bit of health. Oh God. Nevenra. Thank you for the subscription and also caca. Had a slight panic moment for a second. You know, as I'm playing Dead Cells, I'm just always wary about enemies teleporting next to me. That's not happening. It's not gonna happen. It's a BC3 thing, I think. Mad Gomper, welcome. I like how his sub alerts scare him every time. I'm not gonna say they scare me. You know, I'm not afraid for my life. I'm startled. I'm easy to startle. It's a loud noise out of my ear. At least you know, I'm used to Enter the Gungeon when it's just like he just like spawns in and I'm like, that's scary. That's like a momentary fear of dread. My heart pumps up into my throat momentarily before I realize, wait a minute, that's a sub. That's fear. I remember this area. We were here earlier. That's true fear. Don't need the bow. Kaka's way better than LJ. Squirk. Well, that's just because you like Spire more than I like Dungeon? No. Probably not. You like Spire more than you like Gungeon, though. I'd have to guess. Okay, we've done right side. Now let's do left side. Ooh, we used our buffer. Sorry, our Foresight. You were almost in the goo. Kaka has so many variations, it's more fun. My Kaka? I only have one Kaka. Kaka! 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 It's the same every time. Get out of here. I got my buffer back. Sorry, excuse me, my Foresight. Random weapons. I would love a new weapon. This is force field, isn't it? It's pretty good, but I'm not gonna spend on a shield. Giant killer is pretty good, but we can't carry that in a crossbow. Banjo I hate. Toothpick is too slow. Flint is not what I'm looking for, so we're gonna roll for another floor. Oh! There goes my buffer. But it definitely, it protects you from all sources, so you can make one mistake every 8 kills and still be totally fine. Surely that's enough mistakes for me. I don't make that many mistakes. I don't make any mistakes. What are you talking about? I make exactly 0 mistakes in this game. Also, I think I'm interested in going to the morass. We're already roughly traveling in this direction. It's been a while since we've done it. So let's do it. There's a boomerang, but we're not taking a boomerang. I'd like to do a boomerang build at some point, because I do like the boomerang build. There is throwable objects. Stuns any enemy it hits, recharges 1 ammo every time you kill an enemy. I haven't actually been able to try this out yet, other than the one time we had it when I didn't take it because it didn't recharge with the weapon that we were using. But if I had a third hand, I would do it. But unfortunately, I don't have a third hand. Leg, different story. Brooke says, you don't make the LJ noises after someone subs with that notification. That is very true. It's way easier to go, caca! Okay, another weapon choice. Crit on root is pretty okay, but I'm gonna look for another crossbow. This claw. Which you gotta admit is just a metric F-ton of damage, but I'm not that, I want an easy run. It's tempting. Again, I feel like I need 3 hands. Seagus Jr. says, I feel like the Watcher has a lot more interesting cards that they could have gone with. I mean, what's funny is that this isn't really a Watcher card, this is a defect card. I will say, what they could have done, this will go to Prison Depths Morass. What they could have done is they could have made the Wrath stance a card, basically. Like you do double damage, you receive double damage, or you do 50% more, you take 50% more. But that also exists. That is just corrupted power. So that's kind of unnecessary, isn't it? I will take 2 stats over 1 stat. Thank you. I am realizing something else, which is I wonder if the Watcher card. I wonder if it will protect me from curse death, because we're certainly gonna go to Cursed Land and get a curse. I'm trying to think what the Calm Stance could do. Like, the Calm Stance could, when you exit the Calm Stance, you gain like a bonus burst of speed. I feel like that could be interesting. Why am I glowing? Oh, I'm glowing because of the card. The card. Meat cleaver. Excuse me. You know what? Let's take it instead of the shield. Maybe we'll do something with it. So, is this easier or worse? Than the biome we were just in? Well, I don't know, but it certainly has a lot more invisible enemies. Hello. Hello. I mean, I think curse has been lifted. Let's go. That wasn't too bad, was it? What the heck was that? I like pulled out the crossbow and immediately dodge rolled. Oh, Lord. Oh, and you know what? Enemies are not gonna rush after me, are they? What I find particularly interesting is that I'm able to hit enemies, but they can't hit me from here. But I guess that's why enemies start teleporting you on BC, you know, 4 or whatever it is. Well, I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. Shouldn't worry so much though. We still have, you know, a bonus hit we can take. We haven't taken any hits yet. Bonk. You know what I've done a very bad job of doing? Trying to keep my eyes open for secret rooms. I haven't done that in like 3 runs. I haven't even bothered looking for any secret rooms. You know, the challenge rooms that give you like bonus scrolls. It's always a complete accident if I ever find one. I gotta be honest, I really like this card. The Watcher card is just very good. We finally get an upgrade. Guess we'll sell this. I'll do another Scythe Claw run at some point. It's the thing making the things. But I still feel like I just want a little bit more of a safer run. Nevenra, thank you for the cheer as well. I've been enjoying your YouTube videos. Thanks for what you do. What have you been watching? I'm curious what games you are enjoying the most. Roots the enemy for 1.2 seconds. The mythical weapon of the Belmont clan, Ignore Shields, deals critical damage to burning enemies. Critical damage to burning enemies. I mean, I'll hold it. Makes me think that there's definitely a burn synergy in here somewhere. But as a tactics build, how would we do that? I'm trying to think. Or, sorry, not tactics, definitely survival. As I intend to do. I will survive. Oh, how'd I know I'm gonna kill Dracula? Something, something survive. Get out of here. Feels better. I am noticing the damage up. So, like, if we, does this have more ammo? It does, it's got 7 shots, beautiful. That's more than enough. Holy water is red-green. Oh, why is it green? I don't know why well, that at the very least does give me an idea that, yeah, we could go the holy water, which then would allow us to actually get a green source of scaling burn damage, and then with the whip we could do guaranteed critical damage. And that would work on bosses too. And it would do more damage than the explosive crossbow as well. So there is a synergy there. Something that maybe we could utilize in the future. Gotta think about it. I'm gonna have to keep my eye open for the possibility and for the item. Keep my mind open to the possibilities, my eyes open for the item. I don't think we need to buff our weapon. I think it's good enough. Velocity, recovery, masochist. Dead inside. Acceptance. Doesn't kill me. I mean, necromancy is the one that's fantastic, but I think we'll go soldier's resistance because we are going to be scaling in green. We're not going to the bank. Evan Rest says, we're a new outfit. No, I say that. He says, I've recently gotten into Gungeon, been watching your playlist on that. That makes a lot of sense. I can't look. Because this enemy is very annoying to deal with. Probably shouldn't be jumping so much. Stormworm, thank you as well. What is this DLC? A miserable little pile of secrets. Not this DLC. This is old DLC. This is miserable jerks with freaking bamboo shooters. Okay. Wipe them. They're gonna. You went into a wall? Excuse me? What we want to do is certainly leave some enemies alive for the inevitable curse chest. I think it's guaranteed on this floor. It's gonna be sometimes hard to keep enemies alive, but that enemy, for instance, we could have kept him alive. Those 2 worms we can keep alive. That worm there we can keep alive. Well, he's gonna come after me actually, but in theory. Like, don't kill him. There really is no reason to. If you kill him, your life becomes harder in the future if you need one more kill just to purge your curse. We've lost our buffer. But that is why we have the buffer. Hold on. Let's get it out of the way now. Maybe we should have waited until we had a buffer. Yo, Cursed Sword buffer run. Now you're talking. That's how you get that buffer to really work for you. Cursed Sword into buffer. It's not buffer, but it should be a buffer. Then, oh. Got him. Cursed Sword and buffer, maybe you can actually take one hit every 10 hits and still not die. It's gonna make it a lot easier to actually win those runs. I like it. I like it. Jerk. So we have our buffer back. We got our buffer back, buffer back, buffer back, buffer back. We're also almost there. And we're there. And we hit 60 as well. Jerks. You know what? Ah! I don't need to kill that guy. Why do I need to kill that guy? Hey, get out of here. Dude, our damage and health, they're scaling. As expected. As designed. As desired. Gotcha. Worm, worm. Oh! Realized a second too late. You know what? Let's not go up there and fight him. I hate that guy. He sees me though. He's not protected from right here. we have lost our buffer though. What? You know what we should do? We should go and like fight some enemies. There's plenty of enemies up here to fight. I'm trying to do this without getting hit, of course, but we might have to eat a hit at some point. It won't be the end of the world. Donk. Thank you, my little explosive corpse friends. Execute. Hey, did they add any more food items? Probably not. You know, the turkey legs, the wall chickens. Those would have already existed in Castlevania. I mean, actually, the original food in Dead Cells was called Castlevania type. So in hindsight, certainly there's not going to be another food category for Castlevania. There already is one. Gotta admit, kind of like the outfit here. Makes it really easy to see where I am in comparison to the enemies. The enemies aren't blue. Blue's the color of the player. Should just be a normal chest, I think. Tonic grants you 65% of your missing health as bonus health and reduces damage taken temporarily, and burns, poisons, electrifies, and other things. Hello. Skills. Oh. The Vampire Killer Whip is the thing that'll burn. Here's why I'm not gonna take it. The next boss doesn't burn. End of story. Plus damage to a burning target, though, is very tempting. I mean, a part of me is thinking, I remember the attacks out of the mommy worm, whatever her name is, Mama Cyst. You think we could roll cursed sword into the fight and just kind of obliterate that boss? Very like classic 1, 2, 3 pop on that sword. Because we're done with the floor, all we have to do is leave. We've already killed everything. One hit and you're dead. You know, I'm not gonna do it. And I'm gonna say the entire reason why is I don't know if the card would save us. I don't know if the card would actually save us. So let's just go flawless it anyways. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. We won't take a single hit. Okay, there is death. There is ice armor. But I want to hold on to the orb so we can get a blueprint out of this run, so let's not worry about it right now. I mean, actually... we have to save the orb for Dracula's castle? Dude, maybe I will, maybe I won't, but for right now, let's keep going. Damage covered in burning oil. Arrows stuck in enemies come back, cannot be interrupted, plus damage to electrified, bleeding. I mean, we're not gonna apply any status effect, I don't think. We're just gonna be doing raw damage. So, let's see what we can do. Hey, even the whip can't do any more damage. Well, I can't. Take it, thank you. Again, there's water and the boss can't burn. If the boss could burn, maybe I would do it. I would have to get an item that could apply oil and then burn the boss. But I don't have anything that applies oil, so like it wouldn't work anyways. Let's not worry about it. Let's fight. Mama Tick. Of course, I knew your name. Apparently I got hit. Oh, I gotta stay close. Okay. 1, 2. I don't remember the boss attacks at all. In hindsight, Curse Sword would probably be a very stupid idea. Early, please? Never early. Dun. It is an extremely easy boss, though, once you get the patterns down. Jump, roll. The only negative, and we saw it happen there, is that sometimes you do interrupt the boss and then it begins another attack. So you gotta be a little bit careful. All right, I'm disappointed I even took the damage that I took, but it was really not that bad at all. Death Scythe! It is really good. But, let's keep rolling the bow, because why not? "15 minutes, yeah, not gonna happen." Okay, no blueprints. That's fine. You know, honestly, this is a run where we are gonna be focused on the blueprints, and I'm okay with that. Where are we going? The blueprint and the boss fight. Where are we going? We're in the nest. What about a classic slumbering sanctuary cavern guardian? No, we have to do clock room. We can't go cavern clock room. So it has to be Sepulchre clock tower. Maybe we just go clock tower? Like Stilt Village clock tower again? I'm okay with that. I suppose it does slightly incentivize the Stilt Village because you need to get to the clock room, but honestly, what would make me want to do the Stilt Village is if you got the same number of scrolls. Because that's the reason why I don't like coming down here. You get literally fewer scrolls. I forget what my original path was, though. It's like... Let me see if I can remember. It was Slumbering Sanctuary Caverns, and then before that, was it the sewers? I think the sewers gives you the most scrolls, so you want to go down there. That rings a bell. I don't like those items. It's been a while, but it does ring a very minor small bell. Bonk. Hi, guys. Man, I remember why I liked Dead Cells so much. It's a fun game. When you get a good run going on and you're comfortable with the items and weapons and you have and the movement, it's just such a solid experience. Random skills. I mean, I'm gonna look to see if I can find new cards. Oh, I can! And it is colorless. Why does it say unique item? I guess we'll upgrade our card. I do need to re-roll it a couple of times to get what I want, but that's fine. Sorry, reshuffle it. You know, I wanna test something. I wanna see how much poison we get out of this. Okay, apparently that didn't count, because I hit with the explosion, not with the actual pick itself. It's doing 22 damage ticks. Doesn't seem bad. Oh, it's actual electricity, though. We should have had this for the, maybe for the fight against Mama Tick. Electricity would have been nice. Plus damage to a poison target, spreads oil on the enemy, biters crawl from your dead. Why does it matter if we have Foresight leveled up? Sorry, buffer. I don't even think we get anything out of it. It doesn't do any damage. I don't think. Ah! Oh! Of course, I had to get scared on, startled on hit number 59. Don't worry about it though. I'm a professional. Also, Foresight did not protect me from the explosion. That's interesting. I wonder why. I have an idea. My thinking is it's because you can't dodge through the explosion, so you have to be able to dodge through the damage in order for it to actually work. But that's not what the card says. The card says avoid the next source of damage, not the next source of unblockable damage, or not unblockable damage, or avoid the next source of damage that could be blocked from some other mechanism. That's not what the card says. And as we all know, the text on the card is law. If the card says it does something, it does it. I would like to speak to your manager, please. What's our damage? 3,000. That axe does a lot more than this, but I don't want the axe. Well, at least now, in theory, we've learned something. What we've learned is to never trust video games. They will always lie to you. See you. There are rooms that we've not gone through yet. How much farther can your glasses go up, Abe? No, this isn't glasses go up. This is I need a coffee cup. I need a Starbucks Happy Holidays. No, sorry, I need a Starbucks Merry Christmas cup in my hand. And you'll pull it out of my hands. You'll pull it out of my cold, dead hands. Need to go get the key. Stop it. All right. We're not gonna go to the Slumbering Sanctuary, even though, yes, in theory, we could go from the Sanctuary up to the Clock Tower. Instead, I think we're just gonna go to the Clock Tower. We learned. We learned that the card doesn't do everything it says that it does. Although now that I'm thinking about it, how are we gonna kill the boss? Basically, this entire run is, I have a crossbow and sometimes I avoid damage. That's the whole thing. That's it. I have no other synergies. I don't have like elemental effects on the damage of the crossbow. It's just the crossbow. Not that it's a bad run, it's very good. I like the weapon. Mariah's cat summons the cat. He often leaves to go and wander about, scratching enemies he crosses. be reactivated to make the cat jump in front of you and unleash a flurry of strikes, dealing critical damage. I suppose we could take the cat over the orb for the floor. Like, I don't really care. I'm sorry, kitty. Most pets are pretty bad. Serenade is the only one that I think is good. Although I think you could convince me sometimes that the mushroom boy could be pretty good in some situations, so. Plonk, plonk. I really just have the bow though. Like, that's my whole run. In a sense, it's kind of the perfect run though, because I always forget to use my skills anyways, so why even have them? Get out of here, you jerk! Is this card working? The effect recharges when you kill 8 enemies. I don't think my card is working. I think my card is broken. I'm gonna recycle it. Because to be honest with you, normally there should be 300 bonus health when I already have 9,000, no thank you. Although the fact that well, you get bonus health temporarily on a parry. What am I trying to say? Oh, normally there's normally there is an indicator above my head when the card is active, such as this one, where it tells me I create poison on melee attacks. But for some reason, there was no icon above my head indicating that I had the buffer active. There still isn't, so I don't know if the card is working. I think I'm gonna try to put it down and pick it back up again, because I think my card is busted. I think I got a bad card. This is no foil. It's weird. Because I specifically remember there being an indicator previously that would tell me that I had it available, but now I don't have that. The Medusa head is also tempting, but because and the throwing axes are also tempting, but because I have the bow, I can only hold one weapon, then I would be empty a slot. Although I still have the whip, I suppose. I'm not using it, but I have it. Whip it. Whip it good. Lady Ernine! Hey, thank you very much for the resub and welcome. How you doing? Happy 30 months of hanging out. How has your Factorio been going? I've been thinking about that game a lot. I need to play more of it. Yes, I will swap. Spreading out the stats are a little bit better than stacking them up. And okay, I fixed the icon, and I noticed that the card does say 1 of 8. It must have protected me from a hit somewhere along the line. But the card being broken would explain why it didn't protect me from damage previously, as much as that is annoying. I guess now I have the icon again. Or, sorry, now I don't have the icon, but it recharged. Maybe this is when you don't have the icon? No, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Will it work if I just run into some spikes? Does it have to be from an enemy? I don't know. I don't really want to test it though. All right, I tested it and it works. So actually, I very much do want to test it. Man, I have actually quite a lot of health. I have a lot of stats that are giving me health in other things that aren't green, I feel. And I didn't even have to work for it. Random weapons. Let's go for it. I will say it's pretty good. A lockdown tombstone. A lockdown repeater crossbow is pretty good for the upcoming boss fight, but I think I'm just gonna upgrade my current crossbow. It does way more damage. Oh, plus 40% damage. Good Lord. Yeah, that's quite good. It's quite good indeed. The melee hit on the crossbow is still whatever, but the ranged hit, it's got a 40% damage bonus. I can't blame the card on that one. It wasn't charged. When are you gonna join the multiplayer game? I gotta convince my friend Chris to play a multiplayer game of Factorio. That's my current objective. I've been thinking about Factorio a lot lately, though. I want to play it. Executed. Executed. I never use that ability to attack anything, do I? Not quite done. There's another scroll. Man, the damage is so good now. Not that it wasn't before, it's just better now. Oh, hold on. Would you like to see my legendary bone? Increases your movement speed for 5 seconds after a critical hit. Hitting with the second attack enables a whirlwind. Colorless. Bonus damage to a poisoned target. Burning oil. Victims burn when they die. Launches a grenade. Damage is pretty good. Vampire killer's damage is straight up better. Critical damage to burning enemies. You know, we find a way of burning enemies and we want to swap to that. I'm still willing to do it if we find an opportunity to do it, like against Dracula or something. I feel like Dracula might be a very hidden, oh my god, multiple cards. Might be a hidden melee boss. You want to fight him melee. He teleports away from you, but I think if you wait for him to attack you and you just roll behind him, you'll be good. I mean, none of this matters. If I was going to get a he dropped something. If I was going to get a skill, I would have gotten a skill by now, so I think we're just gonna keep rolling with our orb. I wonder at what point in the game this thing gives you stats. BC3, BC4, I don't know. But I'm ready to go. We got our card, it's loaded. Let's do it. Segus Jr. says, reminds me, you still need to play Skull. I need to ask them for a code. And then I'll look at it. I'll review it. I'll give you my thumbs up, thumbs down opinion on it. Plus damage to burning oil, bleeding, shoots an arrow, corpses explode. I think I'm okay re-rolling this. We haven't re-rolled anything. 30% for hits in the back? I've never seen that one before. Plus damage to a poisoned target. I'll admit I don't know what I'm looking for on the reroll. Let's just go fight the boss. Let's just fight the timekeeper. I got my deck. I'm good. Ooh, thank God I didn't forget my deck. Let's finish this. This is, you know, I'm not trying to race the boss. I'm just trying to have a good fight. That was my buffer. Well, I mean, we're not gonna get the flawless here. Definitely not gonna get the flawless here. Getting like weird, not stuttering, interruptions on the boss though. Like I hit her with one of the crossbow bolts and then she stops moving and stops attacking. That didn't cost me the damage. What cost me the damage is that's the second time I fought her in a year. No, we fought her a couple of times in order to get here. Because we have to come here every time we want to do Dracula's Castle. The path to Dracula's Castle. One day I'll flawless you again, though. You'll be mine. What I really want to do is what I really want to do is I want to be able to fight the giant, then come here. Because the giant level has some of the best loot, and I want to get all that good loot, then come here and fight Dracula with level 12 equipment. But I don't think we can make that happen. Man, I have a big face. With this suit on, this outfit. Also, finally, I can get rid of my, my orb that's not doing anything except allowing me to get possibly a blueprint out of this floor. Plunk. Wow, that didn't kill you, huh? That dude's got a lot of HP. That was bad. I didn't see him spawn in. But I saw him in front of me. He wasn't there, and then he was there. It happened very quickly. We got a lot of HP. I think the last time we fought Dracula, we had like 4,000 HP. It might have been like 6,000 to 8,000, but we're gonna have like 20 potentially when we fight him, maybe even more. Am I stupid? Can you even, like, I didn't see you. Dodge these, I gotcha. Can you even get a werewolf on this floor? Or do the werewolves only spawn in the level prior to this one? That you have to come here earlier in the game in order to get? I don't think I'm gonna be able to get a blueprint out of this. I'm taking stupid damage. No, there's a werewolf. Get him. We got the Hector outfit. It's a great outfit. I'm glad I wasn't proven immediately wrong with my theory because I wanted to get his blueprint, so I didn't have to get it again. I did just lose my card, but that's what it's there for. Those enemies, the flying ones are interesting because their AI is kind of like the flying imps from the cavern level, but it's not quite the same. It's a little different. All of my bad familiars are so eager to meet you. Okay. To you too, my friend. To you too. We should leave enemies alive in case there's a cursed chest. There probably will be one, let's be honest. Okay. This is a strange looking dead end right there. Confusing architecture in this evil castle. You didn't even have an animation. I was looking right there. I will say, it's probably easier to notice him spawn when you're not talking so much because you hear pew, that teleport sound effect that the game uses. Which would certainly make it easier to know that my dude is spawned in or spawning in. I am seeing the thing that someone else saw previously, which was that you do get like random birds on the ground. Devour them. And the random birds on the ground fly away when you meet them. There doesn't seem to be a correlation between that and Dracula though. Hello. We got to 60? Oh, we have to fight the mermaid. That is not what they are, but you know what? I forgot what they were for a second. I just thought that they were green and long. Now, are mermaids green and long? They're not. Thank you, I didn't know he was hiding there. Excuse me? What happened? Dracula ate the shopkeeper? What happened? Dude, I gotta figure out the mechanic for what makes him spawn. I didn't realize he would break your shop. He ate my shop. I needed that shop because I need a skill. I don't have a skill right now. I used it to get a blueprint. Oh, you freaking dick. That was actually kind of funny because I didn't notice he was there because he was invisible. And then I got telefragged by his orbital since I wasn't paying attention to it because I didn't know he was there. Silly game. Drac is a jerk, says Quark. Oh, you know nothing about jerks. But yes, he is the biggest jerk of them all, basically. Well, we can hope that the other shop on the floor is actually going to be a better shop, e.g. a skill shop. I don't need to upgrade the weapon. Dude, our health. Our health is pretty good. Symmetrical lance plus 40% damage. My God. Collector's syringe. It's an item. It's a good item. I don't know if I'm gonna use this against Dracula. Because I feel like even in the best case scenario, I have a hard time avoiding damage when I'm using this item, because you can't dodge roll. You gotta jump over the enemy's attacks. I don't want to do Richter mode. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. You just have to be sure before you jump. Okay, so it is the same mode, or it's the same level. If it's the same level, we've already done it. I don't think we need to do it again. So we're just gonna murder Richter. I'm trying to jump into the bodied, desecrated. Beautiful, we don't have to do it. I was really hoping that it would be like a part 2, but if it's just another part 1, I'm going to choose to skip it. Dernunu says, I never tried skier before. I bought it today and we'll try it now. I forget, what was skier again? From the food discussion from yesterday? Look, my only question is why don't I have any? It's like a, what is it? It was a Scandinavian dish, right? No, Icelandic yogurt, that's right. Scandinavian, Icelandic, they're both the same, right? What a freaking arc on that shot. Cursed treasure. We certainly have enough time. But we also need to go and fight the Medusa. So I want to just make sure we have enough time. We have more than enough time. So I'm gonna actually go get the chest. There's so many enemies here. Just don't let Dracula hit you. Dude, yes. I will take the Wiesel. And I'm also going to swap these. Hopefully that doesn't mess up the cards. The whistle's very good. Like real freaking good, man. Like real good, man, like real good. I'm also not going to look at chat. I'm going to watch the screen. Because I need to pay attention on this one. And who knows, a Dracul might just pop in front of me and then I have to kill him. Because I still don't really know what his spawn criteria is. Gotta kill one more enemy. Done. Beautiful. Taste and feel more like cream cheese, says Dernunu, but much more sour than cream cheese. That doesn't sound like an appealing yogurt. But I don't eat yogurt, so no yogurt sounds like an appealing yogurt. All right, let's do this. Man, you got freaking obliterated. Crossbow does a lot of damage, you gotta admit. The reason why I have it. Marksman's bow, no thank you. So, unfortunately there is no shop. Because Dracula ate the shop. I still can't believe that he ate my shop. Aha, thank you for showing me where he was. Like, sometimes you need that shop. Like, if you need an item. I'm lucky that we found, we did get hit on that fight. I'm lucky that I found an item when I did. You know, we got a whistle at least. And in theory, we can maybe block one hit from the Dracula fight. That's not much, but it's something. It's a living. It's a lot of chandeliers in one spot. What? Talk about having thin ankles. Dude, I really like that. I'm gonna take this over the vampire killer, because I actually feel like we might want to parry. No, you know what? We're not gonna parry. We're not gonna use the freaking whip, but we're not gonna parry. We want to constantly be attacking because we do so much damage. Seekus Jr. says, I just beat Returnal. I saw you playing that earlier, actually, but I didn't want to bring it up. Just because, well, it was like, what, like 6 hours ago, and I saw you playing a run, and I was thinking about, like, adding you in Discord and being like, I see someone playing Returnal, but that would have been weird. Because I don't like it when people do that to me. So why would you like it when I do that to you? Haha, you're playing a video game! Who would have known? But it's a good game. Cross, so that is a tactics item. I know I said I wanted a parry shield last time I fought Dracula, and I do believe that might be true. Unfortunately, because I have the crossbow, I can't really make it work. Because we have the crossbow, we need both hands free. If I had a one-handed weapon, I know we have the whip, but the whip doesn't do nearly as much damage as the crossbow. If we could enable the synergy, maybe, but like if I had a one-handed weapon in the shield, I would do it. But because I don't, I know I can dodge a lot of the Dracula attacks. His attacks are not hard to dodge. His melee attacks are hard to dodge. That's what I worry about. We're gonna try. We're gonna try it anyways. As is. I mean, I literally can't swap away from the card. I will say, we can swap the card during the fight if we get hit. We don't have to stay with the Watcher. We can flip it once and then get a bonus amount of temporary health. Who cares? Okay, re-roll. I don't know. Why are there 2 purple up arrows on the giant whistle? What does that mean? Oh, it means it's not S. Now it's S. Gotcha. Spreads oil, victims burn, plus damage to a poison target. I'm looking for something like poisons the target. Thank you. At least it's something. All right. We have disengagement, no mercy, and soldier's resistance. What else would we like? It doesn't kill me. It only works, it's either on a cooldown or once per enemy. I don't know how that works on bosses. Kill rhythm. Health restores more, spread out over 10 seconds. While healing, you deal more damage. Armadillo pack? Maybe we should have had a shield. Don't want any of these. Maybe recovery, but probably not. I think I like what we have. I still think No Mercy is good. I still think Disengagement is good from everything but the attack that can one-shot you, the grab. We just need to internalize what that looks like. Let's go for it. Why not? I'm ready. The final stage. The Master's Keep. On 2 boss cells. Let me get comfortable. Oh! Frick! Tossed my controller on the floor. I think I'd spit my head out. Come back here. Still working? I think it did press the R stick in twice on the bounce. Let me remember how to play. All right, let's do it. Something, something, something. What is a man? Belmont, blood of the enemy. Are you his ally, interloper? It doesn't matter. You entered my castle uninvited. You're paid dearly for this affront. Uninvited, it's you who appeared out of nowhere with all of your horrible monsters. Perhaps the same could be said of all bosses. Bosses. I am not much of a human anymore, but this Richter was a man worth saving. What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. Have at you. Hello. Now you die. Duck? I don't know how I dodged that. Probably should not have dodged that either. Try this again. Ah! Holy sh... Do not get caught by the bats. It's like you have a split second when he begins the attack where you can't get hit, and then you gotta figure out how to dodge it. He grabbed me. No! I should have punched him. Maybe he would have let me go. So that's a grab, I'm realizing. I thought that was a melee attack. That's a grab. He just did it. Yeah. Something else that I realized when I thought about this fight after playing a bunch of Dead Cells yesterday is that this is really Nightmare King. This is Nightmare King Grim. Now, I don't know if this is how the fight originally kind of plays out in Symphony of the Night, but my experience is that is Nightmare King Grim because those are like the same attacks. Nightmare King Grim is probably based off of Dracula from Castlevania. Hello. Okay. Don't know what you're doing. think I also cycled my card at some point. So now I'm on electrodynamics. Hey, I got 2 rotating balls though. That's something. I don't know what you do here. Meteor smash. There's gonna be a big meteor in the middle, and then I think we have to jump in behind it. No, we gotta jump up to this platform. It had a circle around it as well. We gotta move. My dude is still poisoned, which I think is very funny. So now I'm at barricade again, so I gained a little bit of temporary health. You duck it! And then you roll! He's learning. No! That's fine. This guy, quite tanky. Luckily, you can hit his feet. Yo, we learned so much by just going slow and paying attention to what the boss does and not trying to panic and constantly just attack. We can get him. We can get him without using any heals on a future run. We can get him. Flawlessly at some point, but we can get him. For now. Great stuff. Blueprint unlocked, Dracula outfit. Go Tanks, welcome. What weapon do you start with? Because I really like Dead Cells. What do you mean? What weapon do you start with? Do you mean what weapon I started with this run? Or what are your starting weapons if you start playing Dead Cells because you want to pick up Dead Cells? You say you really like Dead Cells, but I don't know what the question is. On this run, we started with the explosive crossbow, but I like the explosive crossbow. Dernini says it's also pretty canon to defeat vampire-like things with crossbow bolts. There you go. The actual, like, lore run. We defeated Dracula with an explosive crossbow bolt. Because, you know, if you were gonna defeat Dracula, surely you would want to use the explosive crossbow bolts. All right, 25% S. What's funny is that 25% of items that you find having rank S doesn't really matter because you can always just upgrade at the shop, but you have to pay for it less. 3 boss cells give us only a few single health flasks and the ability to gather scroll fragments to give us more stats. We're gonna turn on 3 boss cell mode. And this will be for our next run. We will do, well, we changed outfits too. We'll begin doing some 3 BC runs. I had fun on this run. I gotta be honest though, I think part of the reason why I was able to succeed rather easily at the Dracula fight was because I actually had a weapon I'm very comfortable with. I really like the explosive crossbow. I think it's one of the best weapons in the entire game. It's not always an easy win GG, but it is very, 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 very good. See, that Dracula says mud. That's a very good point. Where are my outfits? If ever we unlock outfits, I should check them out. I haven't been doing that, but you know, there's a reason why I randomize the outfits during a run anyways, so people can't yell at me for not using other outfits. So we have Hector. He kept his Devil Forge Master garments, even after defecting. That looks pretty slick. Stop thrusting at me. Haunted armor, death outfit, cold death. Richter, Alucard. Like, where is it? there's Skull, Drill Man, the Knight, the Vessel. We must have done 2 updates that added in content from other games. Where? Oh, you're right. We have to pay for it first. Quark, someone who doesn't actually play Dead Cells. Knew what I had to do before I could figure it out myself. Yes, we unlocked the outfit. Now we have to pay for it before we can actually see it. Honestly, I blame Mud, because he told me to go to the Dracula skin, which I didn't do. I couldn't do. Regardless, that was a great run, and I would highly recommend the explosive crossbow if people want my opinions on such matters. It's a great weapon. So we'll kick it up to BC3 for the next run. For now, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more, check me out on Twitch for when I go live, support the channel, any of the links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Dead Cells.